Welcome to Rare Breed Brotherhood. What if the real power of the mind isn't about thinking more, but about thinking differently? Have you ever wondered how some men seem to move through life with a calm sharpness, almost as if they see things others miss? That quiet precision is not luck. It's the result of mastering the mind. Sigma males are experts at this. They don't let their thoughts control them. They learn to understand them, shape them, and use them as tools. While most people drown in constant noise, Sigma males know how to silence the world and listen inward. They train their minds to think beyond surface logic, to connect dots that others don't even notice. Their strength doesn't come from being louder or faster, it comes from clarity. Unlocking the hidden 90% of the mind is not about superhuman intelligence, it's about awareness. It's about slowing down enough to notice what drives you, challenges you, and limits you. Sigma males dig deep into that space, rewiring old patterns and turning pain, silence, and solitude into growth. They don't seek control of others, they master control of themselves, and that's what truly opens the door to the untapped power most people never access. Let's dive in deeper, brothers. Number one, they reverse engineer their emotions. Most people get caught in their emotions the way a leaf gets carried away by a strong current. They feel anger, sadness, or jealousy and let it run their decisions. But Sigma males do something most never learn to do. They reverse engineer their emotions. When something shakes them, they don't explode or bury it. They pause, step back, and start tracing where that feeling came from. For example, if someone disrespects them, they don't react on impulse. Instead, they quietly ask themselves, what exactly am I feeling right now? Is it anger or is it disappointment that I allowed this to get to me? That question changes everything. It forces the emotion to reveal its origin. Maybe it's not really about the person, but about an old memory, an insecurity, or an unmet expectation. Sigma males know that every emotion has a code behind it. If you can decode the message, the emotion loses its power to control you. This level of self-awareness lets them move through life with clarity, while others remain stuck in emotional loops they never understand. They treat emotions like signals, not storms. Instead of reacting, they study them. Instead of drowning, they dive deeper until they find the root cause. It's not that Sigma males don't feel deeply, they just refuse to be slaves to what they feel. That's how they stay calm, in chaos, and centered when everything around them falls apart. The real strength isn't in hiding emotions, it's in understanding them so deeply that nothing inside you can be used against you. That's the art of emotional mastery, and Sigma males have turned it into a quiet form of genius. Number two, they don't chase thoughts, they observe them. Most people live trapped inside their own heads. A single thought enters, and before they know it, it turns into a spiral that steals their peace. They replay conversations, overthink choices, and chase answers that only lead to more noise. Sigma males approach the mind differently. They don't fight their thoughts or try to control every idea that appears. They simply observe. They sit back, stay aware, and watch their thoughts drift through like clouds across an open sky. This might sound simple, but it is one of the deepest mental practices there is. When a thought comes, they notice it without judging it. If they feel anger, they see it. If they feel fear, they acknowledge it. They don't rush to fix or deny it. That quiet awareness gives them power over what most people let control them. For example, when something upsetting happens, most people keep replaying it, making the emotion stronger. A Sigma male lets the thought rise, watches it fade, and stays centered. By doing this, he trains his mind to separate awareness from reaction. This opens up mental clarity that most never experience. It is like standing on the shore and watching waves crash without trying to stop them. The waves come and go, but the observer stays still. That stillness is where wisdom begins. This ability to observe thoughts rather than chase them allows Sigma males to stay calm in heated situations, creative when others panic, and detached from mental chaos. They have learned that control doesn't come from fighting the mind, but from understanding it. In that understanding, they access a deeper intelligence, one that only reveals itself when the noise finally settles. Number 3, they decode the world through observation, not opinion. Most people listen to words. Sigma males listen to what's behind them. They don't rely on opinions or assumptions to understand people. They decode the world by paying attention to details others overlook. A small change in tone, a quick shift in body language, or a flicker in someone's eyes can tell them more than a whole conversation ever could. They study the world through quiet observation. While others rush to talk or judge, Sigma males remain still, letting people reveal themselves naturally. For them, observation is not just about seeing, it's about sensing. They can tell when someone's confidence is real or when it's hiding insecurity. They can spot when a person's smile is genuine or simply polite. For example, imagine being in a group where everyone praises a new idea. Most people would agree without thinking. The Sigma male, however, notices the small pause before someone claps or the tightness in a smile. He knows those tiny signals carry the truth. This kind of awareness makes him a step ahead in any situation, whether it's reading intentions in a business meeting or sensing hidden tension in a friendship. He doesn't jump to conclusions. He collects data through patience and attention. Sigma males understand that the world rarely says what it means. Words can lie, but energy and behavior cannot. So they train their perception to pick up the unspoken, the subtle, and the unseen. This ability gives them a quiet advantage. They move through life with insight that feels almost supernatural, but it isn't magic. It's mastery of attention. While others speak loudly trying to prove their point, Sigma males simply observe and learn, because the truth always reveals itself to the one who is watching closely. Number 4, they think in layers, not lines. Most people think in straight lines. They move from one idea to another, one goal to the next, without realizing how deeply everything is connected. Sigma males think differently. Their minds don't run in lines. They move in layers. They see life as a web where every action, every word, and every decision touches something else. To them, nothing exists in isolation. When a Sigma male makes a choice, he's not just thinking about what happens next. He's thinking about how that choice affects 5 other things at once. It's like watching someone play chess while others are still learning how the pieces move. He doesn't just look at what's in front of him. He sees the invisible connections that shape outcomes. For example, if he's considering taking a new job, he won't just think about the salary. He'll think about the people he'll work with, how the environment will affect his mental peace, how it fits into his long-term growth, and what it teaches him about himself. Every move is examined from multiple angles. This layered thinking allows him to stay ahead without rushing. It helps him spot patterns others overlook, anticipate consequences before they appear, and make decisions that align with both logic and intuition. It's not overthinking, it's strategic awareness. Where others react, he calculates. Where others see a single path, he sees a network of possibilities waiting to be explored. This way of thinking gives Sigma males a quiet advantage. They don't chase quick results. They build outcomes that last. Because when you see life in layers, you stop living on the surface. You start seeing the whole design underneath. Number 5, they practice mental minimalism. In a world that never stops talking, Sigma males understand the power of quiet. They practice something most people never master: mental minimalism. They treat their mind like valuable real estate and refuse to let clutter take up space. Every thought, belief, and relationship has to earn its place. If it doesn't serve growth or peace, it gets cleared out. This doesn't mean they are cold or detached. It means they guard their mental energy with precision. They know that confusion often comes from trying to hold too many unnecessary things at once. So, they simplify. They choose clarity over chaos, focus over noise. When others fill their heads with gossip, distractions, and comparisons, Sigma males stay mentally light. For example, if a Sigma male senses that a friendship constantly drains his peace, he won't argue or complain. He'll quietly distance himself. The same rule applies to thoughts. If a recurring worry or memory adds no value, he lets it pass instead of feeding it. This habit gives him sharper focus and mental clarity that feels almost superhuman. With fewer distractions, he can think deeper, move faster, and create more. His mind becomes a quiet space where powerful ideas form naturally. Mental minimalism isn't about thinking less, it's about thinking with purpose. By clearing the unnecessary, Sigma males make room for insight, creativity, and calm awareness. They understand that a cluttered mind can't build a clear life, and in that still, uncluttered space, they find something most people spend their whole lives chasing: peace with power. Number 6. They turn pain into data. Most people try to escape their pain. They distract themselves, bury it, or pretend it never happened. Sigma males take a different route. They treat pain like information, raw, uncomfortable, but incredibly valuable. Every disappointment, betrayal, or loss becomes a form of data they can learn from. They don't waste suffering, they study it. When life hurts them, they don't ask, "Why me?" They ask, "What is this trying to teach me?" That shift in mindset changes everything. Instead of becoming victims of their pain, they become students of it. Like a scientist analyzing a rare element, they observe the details. What triggered the emotion? What truth did it expose? What weakness did it reveal that they can now strengthen? For example, if a friend betrays their trust, they don't sink into bitterness. They look closer. Maybe the betrayal shows they ignored early signs, or that they need to adjust how they measure loyalty. The lesson becomes data for future decisions. This analytical approach doesn't make them cold. It makes them wiser. They know pain is one of life's most honest teachers. It never flatters, never lies, and always exposes what needs healing. Sigma males use that knowledge to grow stronger and sharper. Over time, they develop emotional armor built from understanding, not denial. Pain stops being something to run from and becomes a map that shows where growth is needed. That's how Sigma males keep evolving, while others repeat the same mistakes. They don't just survive their pain. They decode it, refine it, and turn it into power. Number 7. They understand the language of patterns. Most people go through life thinking everything is random. Luck, timing, chance. Sigma males know better. They understand that life runs on patterns, not accidents. To them, nothing just happens. Everything follows a rhythm waiting to be noticed. They train their minds to see what others overlook. The quiet repetitions that reveal how people think, act, and react. They don't rely on guesses. They observe behavior, timing, and energy until patterns start to appear. Once they see the pattern, they can almost predict the next move. It's not magic, it's awareness sharpened through patience and observation. For example, if someone constantly blames others when things go wrong, a Sigma male doesn't take their words at face value. He sees the pattern of avoidance and knows that accountability will always be missing. In relationships, work, or daily life, this awareness gives him a mental edge. He understands what's likely to happen long before it unfolds. They also apply this to themselves. If they keep facing the same problem, they don't blame circumstances. They study their habits until they find the hidden pattern causing the repetition. That's how they evolve, by noticing the rhythm behind their own mistakes. This ability to decode patterns helps Sigma males stay 3 steps ahead. They read life like a strategist, not a spectator. They see how everything connects, how choices create cycles, and how human behavior repeats itself in subtle ways. To the average eye, life looks unpredictable. But to a Sigma male, every situation has a blueprint. Once you learn to see the rhythm behind the noise, you stop reacting blindly. You start moving with intention, clarity, and quiet precision. That's the true language of patterns, and Sigma males speak it fluently. Number 8. They know how to switch off the noise. In today's world, silence has become rare. Every moment is filled with notifications, voices, and endless information fighting for attention. Most people can't sit still without reaching for their phones or finding something to distract themselves. Sigma males are different. They know how to switch off the noise, not just the noise around them, but the one inside their head. They understand that true clarity doesn't come from adding more, but from creating space for the mind to breathe. When everything gets loud, they step back, they disconnect from the chaos, find solitude, and let their mind settle. That stillness is not emptiness. It's the space where ideas are born and understanding deepens. For example, while others try to solve problems by overthinking, a Sigma male might go for a long walk alone or sit quietly in a dimly lit room. In that silence, his thoughts start to align, and solutions that once seemed complex become simple. He lets his subconscious do the heavy lifting while his conscious mind rests. This ability to switch off is what gives Sigma males their creative and strategic edge. They don't drown in constant stimulation. They filter it. They know that the mind works best when it isn't suffocated by noise. Their stillness is not laziness, it's discipline. It's the practice of pausing before reacting, reflecting before deciding, and thinking before speaking. In a world addicted to noise, their calmness becomes their power. Because when the world shouts, the one who can stay quiet always sees things others miss. And in that silence, Sigma males find both clarity and control, a rare combination that turns their mind into a quiet storm of focus and creation. In conclusion, what if unlocking your mind isn't about learning more, but about unlearning what keeps you limited? Have you ever noticed how some people seem to move through life with quiet precision, unshaken, deeply aware, and almost impossible to manipulate? That's the Sigma male's secret. He doesn't have a different brain, he simply uses his differently. He digs beneath noise, rewires habits, and listens to the parts of the mind most people ignore. Sigma males unlock the hidden 90% of their mind by mastering self-awareness. They know that the real battleground isn't the world outside, but the thoughts inside. They strip away distractions, challenge their own patterns, and turn silence into strength. Their power comes not from control over others, but from understanding themselves at a level most never reach. In a time when everyone wants to be seen, they focus on seeing clearly. When most react, they reflect. When most chase validation, they chase clarity. That is what separates them. The truth is, unlocking the mind isn't a mystery. It's a process of slowing down enough to hear your own intelligence speaking. Sigma males have learned that mastery starts when you stop being a prisoner of your thoughts and start becoming the architect of them. Thank you, watching brothers.